Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexa. If you're new here, if this is your first video by me, just know that I'm a one-take wonder. I don't edit, I just talk to you guys. But today I wanted to talk about the different types of salons that you'll run into when looking for a new job. Whether you are a new stylist entirely or you are moving states, cities, whatever, you are going to have to look for a new job. Zeus and Lucy, as always, are playing. You need to calm down. I am filming. Yes, buddy. Hey, let's see. Can you say hi, buddy? Hi, buddy. Okay, go. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about the different types of salons that you will run into while you are searching for a new job. There are a couple of different kinds. These are just the ones that I've seen. It's not necessarily the only types of salons. I'm sure there are a million different types. But again, this is my personal experience. I got licensed as a stylist in 2013. It is now 2018, so 5 years. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wait, 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 15 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 18. 5 years. So I'm not new to the scene, but I'm also not super vetted in either. So whenever I moved from my first salon, which I'll talk about, it was really weird to go to a different state where I didn't know anybody, I didn't have any clientele, I had only ever used one product line, one color line, like I was very in the box. Not saying that I didn't love where I worked. I loved my original salon. I'll never find another salon like it. I know it. But this was my experience going into a brand new world. So first things first, let's start off with our typical chain salons. Now, chain salons are places like Supercuts, Paris Parker, which yes is an Aveda salon, and Ulta, which is a Redken salon. I believe that Supercuts is Regis, but I can't entirely 100% like claim for that. Usually chain salons are owned by people like Regis and Aveda. They make you fill out a W-2, so you do get a tax form at the end of the year that you have to file in. They 9 times out of 10 pay you hourly until you commission over. But just realize that whenever you do get into a more chain corporate environment, that there are going to be very strict rules about dress code, about showing up, when your hours are, very particular with how much you get paid. They will let you know how much you get paid. You do not get to negotiate how much you get paid. They will tell you. You are also required 9 times out of 10 to sign contracts saying that when and if you leave this particular salon, you won't take any of your clients with you, that it's all them. For instance, for Paris Parker is big in Louisiana. It is an Aveda corporate salon. They have, from what I know, at least 4 locations, if not more. They always go to Fashion Week in New York, which is great. You know, go Aveda. They always go to Fashion Week in New York. They usually work most of the Fashion Weeks in Louisiana. But I have not worked for them, but I know people who have, and they say that they are very, I don't know any other word other than like strict and overprotective of their clients, because whenever you start in, from the girl that I know that worked with Paris Parker, she was with them for 7 years, built up her clientele from bottom to top. They started her out at $7 an hour, making her jump through all these loops and hoops of taking extra classes, which is cool. You should always take further education, but they demanded that she took specific classes. They demanded that she sign these papers saying that whenever she leaves, she wouldn't work within the friggin' zip code, the same zip code as Paris Parker. So she had to go to the other end of the city, if not, I think maybe a new parish. Ulta was really great, but they required you to work at least so many Sundays out of the year, or out of the week. At the time whenever I worked for Ulta, I was also working for a church, so I couldn't work Sundays because I was working for the church on Sundays. They're very upset about that. whenever I moved after a wreck that I had, and I had to move from one state to another, whenever I transferred Ultas, they didn't keep me at the same pay level that I was at. They actually decreased it. So there was no loyalty there. And they made me work certain hours that were unnecessary for me. I was riding a bike at night. As a female, as anyone, you really shouldn't be riding your bike at night. I told them that this was dangerous for me, and they still didn't care. They still required me to close at least 2 days out of the week, and it just did it. It wasn't very safe. Needless to say, I wrecked my bike at least twice riding at night, and it was awful. Let's see. Pros to working for corporate, you're pretty much guaranteed a clientele, although Ulta, Paris Parker, Supercuts, they might not be the type of clientele that you really want to hold on to forever. People who go to places like Ulta or Supercuts, I know, are looking for a deal. They're trying to use their points. They're trying to undercut you as much as possible so they can get the better price, but really at the end of the day, you cutting down their price is you cutting down your paycheck, so you shouldn't do that. I have so many things to say about it. But let's just kind of cut it at chain salons. They're very dry, they're very corporate, know what you're coming into. You do have the ability to grow, but it's kind of like at their pace. They'll let you know how fast they want you to grow, and they'll let you know when they need you to stop. But again, you do get W-2s, you do get for sure pay. You 9 times out of 10 are probably going to get an awesome discount for the products. Like at Ulta, we got 25% off no matter what we bought, whether it was hair or makeup or skincare or whatever. Major holidays, you were required to work Black Friday, you were required to work certain days, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we all know how I feel about corporate. Not going to go in any further than that. Let's go to our next type of salon, and that's a franchise salon. Now, franchise salons can be pretty cool. From what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, comments down below. I just have my computer. I wrote it all down so I wouldn't blah blah like I usually do. So franchise salons, from what I understand, are locally owned but have more than one location. And people like Salon with 5,400, shout out, love them. People like Air. People like Mensers, I think it is. There are two major salons that I know of in Baton Rouge that are franchised, and that is, I believe it's called Mensers. They have one for kitty cat. Good cat. She always wants to walk on my stuff, and I can't have that. Not while I'm filming. But anyway, I think it's Mensers. There's one full service salon and the other one is just like a barber shop. And then Salon West, like they're in Mobile. They're opening up their second location in downtown Mobile this year. Air has 3 different locations. So they're not quite corporate, but they're not quite like mom and pop salon. They're franchise. So they do have like 20 plus people that they've hired on. I think Air's was like 60. I think they had hired 60 people on. And that's great for them. They were really cool because they paid me hourly until I would commission over. What are some more pros? Pros is you get to work with a bunch of different types of people. Pros are that you have the opportunity to work in multiple different locations. Say that they're slow on the west side and you're on the east side and you want to go make some money, you could probably go to the west side and they'll let you balayage or blow out or do whatever. What I found from franchise salons are that they're very, they have kind of a ladder system that is like, if you're a newbie and you just started out from school and don't know much, they'll 9 times out of 10 start you out as an apprentice or as a blow dry girl. So you'll work at the dry bar and blow people's hair out for most of the time, or you'll follow your, what I call your sensei around, and you'll learn their applications and their color formulations, and you'll pretty much start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. Personally, I've already done that. Salon with 5,400 was my sensei salon. Like, I had a short haircut sensei, I had a color sensei, I had a wedding sensei, I had a curly hair sensei. Like, all these girls that I worked with taught me different things, which was great, and I was very open to that. And I think you should be too. If you can find one that you fit with, go for it. My favorite types of salon. But mostly because they're locally owned. I really feel some kind of way about corporate, you guys. I really do. I feel like, and Lucy, get down. No, I forgot what I was talking about. I really feel like franchise salons are cool because they're still kind of locally owned, but they've gotten big enough to where they've made a name for themselves and they can be a bigger entity. But with that comes like inconsistencies like their turnover is probably a little bit higher, just because they're constantly trying to find someone who fits, maybe trying to fill in a spot. I don't know. Pros and cons. Personally, franchise salons have worked out really well for me. But let's get on to the third one, which is booth rent. Okay, so each stylist is their own person and company. Whenever you walk into a booth rent salon, although it may feel like one cohesive salon, each chair is rented out by a different person. So although it may seem like you're coming in as a team, which franchise salons are usually a team, like they are a whole. They're all working together to do one goal, and that's create great hair and learn consistent styles. Booth renters, you don't have that consistency because everyone is different. Although everyone might be friends, some people might not be friends. Some people may do more for the salon than others. Some people may clean up more. Some people may make things more dirty. Booth renting is hard because I was told that slowly but surely our industry is trying to get out of that, because it really only benefits people who have been in the industry for a long period of time. Let's see what I said. Booth rent, each stylist is their own person. They'll throw numbers at you for tax stuff like 1099. There's a difference between a W-2 and a 1099. 1099, from what I understand, I don't think I've ever been one, but from what I understand is like, that's you, yourself, and me, myself, and I type thing. Like, I am my own company, I buy my own brand, I buy my own merch, I buy my own color, my own smocks, my own back bar, and retail. That's all you. You must keep up with everything. And if you're good with numbers, and you've got a good clientele, I say go for it. This could be great for you because you can honestly make so much money doing this. But also remember, booth rent. Booth rent can range from $200 a week and up. So you could easily be paying $200, $400, $600, $800, if not more, a month to be renting out a space. They do not supply you with anything, just a place to work. So if you can do that, is it worth it? Maybe, especially because you can call your own hours. You can say, if I don't feel good, then I'm just not coming in. If I want to take a wedding, I won't have to ask anyone. I'm going to take that wedding, and all that money is for me. So that's great. This is recommended if you have a full book and can keep up with your own numbers. Just said that. So yeah, that's booth rent. I am not that cool. I cannot booth rent. One, I'm new to this city and I don't know anybody. And two, I'm not personally that good with numbers. I feel like I could be, but I don't want to be bothered with that. And I know that sounds a little selfish, but I just don't. Like, whenever I'm done with work, I want to be done with work. I'm going to come home and not have to think about anything. But if you want to be your own person, be your own business, booth renting is the way to go. And then, let's see, on to the next one is salons that do straight commission. Our salons that do straight commission. This means you can come to the salon and work for free until you get butts in your chair. Now, I say you work for free, but really, whenever salons do straight commission, they usually have people at the front desk who are paid hourly or have a certain pay that they're given to clean up after stylists, mostly do laundry, dust, make sure the retail is ordered and, you know, nice and put together. So that's great if it works for you. The salon that I looked at here, named True Beauty, which is awesome. It's beautiful, it's really funky, it looks like somewhere that Kesha would totally go to get her hair done. But the straight commission didn't really work out for me because it was a 30-minute drive to the salon. I didn't know anyone. I didn't have any people on my books already, so I'd have to wait for call-ins, or like these two girls are going out on maternity leave and they're having someone leave, so they have the opportunity for me to make money, but a 30-minute drive in the city that I live in could easily turn into an hour drive, like 45 minutes to an hour drive, just to get there or just to get home. So for me, it didn't really work out. For you, it might. Generally, most people need a part-time job during this, especially if they're new to the city or have little to no clientele. Even the owners told me, yeah, it's okay if you have a part-time job, just come in. Just know that whenever you come in, that you're gonna be here. And the more that you come in, the more opportunities there are to make money. That's great that there are opportunities, but I need like secure, personally, I need to be secured. Like, yes, I will make this much money. If I come up here for 8 hours, I will make $80. I need that. I need that guarantee. Normally the front desk actually cleans stuff, so more or less hang out. So more or less, like, stylists are just sitting in their chair, hanging out in the back, eating snacks, smoking cigarettes until either their clients come in or they get a call in or a walk in. I don't like that. I think that looks lazy. I don't like to see stylists sitting in styling chairs. I hate that. I hate it. I'm like, there should be no reason why you're sitting down in the salon. There's always something to clean. There's always something to do. There's always something to dust. I promise. This is like falling. There's always something to do in the salon. From what I understand, you have to build yourself up so much. Oh yeah. From what I understand, after you build yourself up so much, you do have the opportunity to become a booth renter. So commission salons, they normally have like a color line for you to use and back bar for you to use and things to sell for retail. You don't have to buy that. That's what the salon supplies to you, because whenever, say your haircut's $40, just say, we're gonna make this really easy. Say your haircut's $40 and you're straight commission. So you come in there and you make $40 that day. Well, then automatically they're gonna take out $20 because that is your booth rent price. Like that's your commission price, because they're supplying you with the retail, they're supplying you with the color, they're supplying you with a place to do your haircut, and then you get the $20 out of that. So you just made $20 today. And say you make $100 that week, they're still gonna take out $50 out of that. So you only made $50 that week. After you've built up your book so much, they give you the opportunity to be like, hey, you don't want to be commissioned anymore? That's cool. Lucy, get down. Say hi. Hi, Lucy, hi. Bye. Anyway, they give you the opportunity to booth rent, so maybe it would be taking less out of your paycheck. I don't know. I haven't done that much research on it, other than that it wouldn't work for me. And then what I like to do mostly, like this is my favorite type of salon, it's the last type of salon I'm going to talk to you about that I know of, which is most like, I don't know what to call it, honestly, other than a commission salon, because that's what I thought commission was. Going into this and they said, yeah, we're a commission salon, I automatically thought, oh my gosh, like, hell yeah, they're gonna pay me hourly until I commission over. I'm gonna be making money either way. Hooray. No. What I like most is like a local salon who is team-based. I love a good team-based salon. Now, before Salon 5400, my first salon became a franchise salon. They were just one location. They were owned by two people, or it's owned by two people, Whitney and Julie, and they sell Aveda product. I love that. It's all Aveda color. all Aveda product, education, and it's a team. Like, everyone there is a team. They say talk up, teach down. I just love it. It's a really good feeling. It's not a chain. They pay their employees hourly until they commission over. Then they take whatever percentage that was agreed upon normally once your commission is over, that you don't have to worry about hourly pay unless you have a super slow week. Like in July, you will still have a safety net of whatever hourly pay you were guaranteed. So pretty much is, I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry, I had to throw that out. Anyway, so I don't know what to call it. Like, do you know what to call this type of salon? Locally owned salon? It's locally owned, but I feel like a lot of these could be locally owned. This is a salon that pays you hourly until you reach your commission, and then once you reach your commission, you are no longer paid hourly and you only get your cut. They'll take whatever cut out of your full price. They'll take whatever cut that is, and you'll still get this left over. You are still on a W-2. You are not on a 1099. You don't have to file any tax stuff. They do all of that for you. At the end of the year, you get your W-2. You don't know anything about that life. And like, if you have a slow month, like July in the salon industry, July is the slowest month. Unless, like, I don't know, every state that I've been in, Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, July has been dead. Mostly, I think, because people are going to the beach. They don't really care about their hair. They're saving their money until school comes, and then they'll get their fresh school cuts. So, I mean, it makes sense. But during that slow period, you still have your hourly wage to fall back on. So if you don't make your $500 that paycheck, then it's okay, because you're still gonna have that $8 to fall back on. That $8 an hour to fall back on. So you'll make something. So yeah. Oh, and like, whenever I was at that salon, they didn't make me sign some sort of contract saying like, you won't take any of your clients. Like, most salons will ask you not to take their clients, but if a client loves you, they will follow you. They will find you. They will have had you on Facebook. They will know you because they love the way you did their hair and they want to follow. I came to Mississippi to rehab. I had people travel. Whenever you get into this industry, what it's all about is being around people and being your best self and letting them love you and you love them. It shouldn't be about numbers and like, how much money am I gonna make? If you do, the money will come. Saying that though, you say that for king. So it's okay if you want to do a franchise salon for a little while. It's okay if you want to work at Ulta or Paris Parker or Super or Sports Clips. There's no shade there. Most of the time, places like that, corporate salons, they know that you are not going to be there for very long. They're highly turned over. Like, they have very high turnover rates. They know. They just know it. So that's why they give you that hourly. And sometimes whenever you work, like whenever I worked for Ulta, I had the opportunity to get benefits. Like, rarely in the salon world will you ever work somewhere that's like, yeah, we'll give you a 401k. Yeah, we'll make sure you have retirement set up. They give you that at Ulta and probably Supercuts and maybe Paris Parker because they want you to stay. They will give you everything they can to make sure that you stay because they know it sucks. They know it sucks really bad. Also, working for corporate salons, you can't do stuff that I like to do, like doing runway shows, doing photo shoots, freelancing at all. They do not like it. They cannot stand it. That's why a lot of the times Saturdays are required, Sundays are required. That way they can take those peak days for weddings and events and make sure that you're not there, because they can't control what you do and what you advertise outside of that salon. they want to brand you as the Ulta girl or the Paris Parker girl or, you know, whatever. Versus like Sensei Salon, a local salon that probably wants to do that kind of stuff with you. If it's a team-based salon, ask that in all of your interviews. Is this a team-based atmosphere? Because most team-based salons will want to help you grow and probably be a part of it too. They'll want to do runway shows with you. They'll want to do photo shoots with you. They'll support you if you want to go try to work for Access Magazine or Dig Magazine, because then if you get featured, that means they're featured too, because one of their people are there, and they'll say, I'd say, I'm with Salon West 5400 and I'm doing Access Magazine. You know what I mean? Like, those are the kinds of salons that there are out there in the world, so that I know of. And let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different types. If there are more that you know of, please comment them down below. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, also, if you're looking for a part-time job, I've talked about this before, if you're looking for a part-time job and you're in a bigger city that has a dry bar, please work for a dry bar. They're amazing. Although the owner, she's like a boss babe. Like, she started this company from the bottom up. It's pretty cool. I'll talk about dry bar later in other videos. Don't worry, don't get me started on that. But work for a dry bar if you can, because they say you can work for us pretty much anytime, any day, any shift. You don't have to sign a contract saying that you won't work for anyone else, because they really just want you to come in, give the best blowouts that you can, and then go find a salon where you'll be comfortable and happy in. So they give you that. They're like, please work for us, but find yourself while you're at it. Their turnover is fairly high, but they're also very welcoming to take you back, because they understand, like, people, it's not good to salon hop, but people do. It's really hard whenever you first come into this industry to find a place that really fits your personality, your style, and then your mindset goal. You need to have a goal. When I moved to Baton Rouge, I said I want to find one salon. And I want to find one salon that I'm going to work at for the next 5 years. Because my girlfriend and I plan on moving to Australia in the next 5 years. But until then, she bought this house. We're living here. I don't plan on going anywhere. And I hate salon hopping. It looks bad on the stylist. It makes clients not trust you. And then it also makes people who hire you will not trust you if they can look on your like resume and see, oh, she's been in 4 salons in the past 2 years. Like, what's going on? Even I don't look great on paper because I had a wreck, and I was working at one salon for multiple years, and then I had a wreck, and then I was working at one salon for 3 years. I decided I want to try somewhere new. I want to try a corporate salon. Seems cool. They give you benefits. Why not? I went to the corporate salon. Was there for like 3 or 4 months, then had my car wreck. I had to go to another state to rehabilitate, and whenever I was able to walk and work again, I started working at Ulta again, but it was still another Ulta. And then I worked for that Ulta for a year and then moved to Baton Rouge. So it doesn't look good that I've hopped around a lot, but I also have a legitimate reason. Not, oh, well, I just didn't like it, or, oh, they fired me because I didn't show up, or, oh, I was stealing, you know? Like, it was none of that. It was, everyone has a life story, you know? And sometimes you just hop around, but whenever you have the opportunity to stay somewhere, stay there. Make sure you like your salon. Make sure you like the people. It's okay to go on multiple interviews. I don't need to look at this anymore. It's okay to go on multiple interviews. It is okay to pretend like you're on a date. I went to True Beauty. I love True Beauty. I think it's super cool, but the fact that they just do straight commission and they don't pay hourly really made me worry. I went up there and talked to them once. I shadowed their salon for 2 days, and I was like, okay. I even went to one of their group meetings. You know, they have meetings every week, and I loved it, but my heart told me that I needed to hold out to go somewhere that could pay me. And that's okay. I've been on so many different interviews this past year. It's August and I moved here in January. I have worked at 2 different places. I worked at Dry Bar, which I love. I could go back there right now if I wanted to, but I'm on a serious mission to find a real salon to work at. And then I worked at Air. Now, we all know about Air. If you don't, just so it didn't work out. I did my 90-day review, and they pretty much said that they felt like if they kept me any longer, they would be wasting my time, which honestly, now thinking back at it, yeah, it would have been wasting my time, because I feel like I'm at a certain level to where I don't need to be in this industry. You can always have more education, but I do not need to be taught anything else from behind the chair, if that makes any sense. I've already had a sensei, I've already had a teacher. I shadowed them, I swept up hair, I learned their haircuts, I learned their formulations. Like, I've been there, I've done that, I'm done. And they didn't really have anywhere else for me to move up to, so they let me go. And I said, okay, it just wasn't meant to be. But now that that's over and I can kind of get a more straightforward idea of what I'm looking for, I'm not willing to settle anymore. And I really hope this video teaches you something, because I didn't know any of this whenever I first moved here. I'd only ever worked at that one salon that paid me hourly until I commissioned over. I didn't realize that there were so many different routes. Like Ulta, yeah, I knew. Maybe it's the same for salons like in the mall, that they do the same thing. They'll still pay you hourly. You'll still get commission. You'll still get your retail percentage, but like, will you be happy? I want to be happy where I work. I want to be around people who are knowledgeable about my industry, who I can learn from. The people at the last salon that I was at, they were all fresh out of school. I felt like I had been in the industry probably as long, if not longer, than most of the people on the wet bar side, the side that they did cuts and colors. I feel like I was ready to be there now, but they wanted to put me through some sort of like training program, which is cool and all, but I'm not there. I've already been there. I've done that. Been there, done that, messed around, not having fun, so put me down. Or whatever, however it goes. You guys, this video has become a story time. It's 33 minutes long already, and I feel like I've said everything that I can say. If you have any questions, comment down below. I've written almost like a story for you guys that I try to shorten it as much as I can, but maybe I'll make it into multiple videos like this, or I'll just read it straight off my computer, because I don't want to blah 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 too much. But it's become very long. But I want everyone to know what it's like from start to finish, from graduating beauty school all the way till like 10 years from now, when I've been doing this for 15 years. Like, it's gonna be crazy to see how things evolve. But I just want you to know that you can find a place to work. There are millions and millions of people in this world that need haircuts, who are gonna get married, who are going to prom, who are going to homecoming, who are doing a fashion show. Like, there's so many people out there. And our profession is not taken seriously. A lot of people want you to do it for free. A lot of people want you to do it for half the price. A lot of people like don't really respect us. They leave hair and makeup for last minute, and that's sad. And we collectively need to be like, no, we are important, we matter, we've paid to go to school, we've paid a lot, and not in just money either, like in time and in patience. We have paid to be where we are at, and it's okay to be picky. It's okay to be like, no, you're not the right fit for me, or no, I'm not the right fit for you. Just know that it sometimes takes a little bit more than filling out a few applications. Sometimes it takes applying to the same salon 3 times before they call you back. Sometimes it takes a salon telling you you're just not fit for us, for you to go, you know what, you're right, I'm not. And that's been my that's been my Baton Rouge experience so far. I've never had to work so hard to find a job, you guys. Never in my life. But I think I have one. Once all the paperwork goes through, I'll make a video about it, let you know how it goes. But again, feel free to follow me on any social media platform. Obviously, there's this, YouTube. I'm also on Snapchat, Alexa Kiss, XOXO. I'm on Instagram as well. You can just hashtag Alexa Kiss, and I'm pretty much the only one that'll pop up. You'll see my professional page and my personal page. Whichever one you want to follow is great. They're both open for the public, so. But I try to keep all my hair stuff on one side. That way I'm not blowing people up who don't really care, you know. But yeah, that was my video for today, and maybe I'll make another one, maybe not. I don't have on any makeup. And you guys, did you notice I took out my extensions? This is my natural hair. This is my natural hair color. I'm like a level, what level do you think I am? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. So my natural level is a level ash 7, and then this is just like some balayage pieces that I'm growing out. This is my natural hair texture. I used to have dreadlocks, but I picked them out and I'm starting over fresh. Maybe at the beginning of next year, I'll try to put them back in. I don't know, maybe, maybe not. But I'm trying to learn to love my natural self. Anybody with curly hair knows it's hard, but we're gonna do our best. But yeah, any video ideas, comment down below. Follow me on other socials. Love you guys. Bye. Oh, be nice to yourself. Be nice to others. Please be kind. Rewind.